I'll introduce myself and then I'll let Jamie take over. And she can introduce herself and kind of go into hers. We're going to talk about two different things: recruiting just on Instagram and just regularly. Jamie has a really cool approach to that, a little bit different than some people's. And then I'll go through, everybody's always asking me how I recruit in person. So I will go through some tips and tricks on that. So my name's Jenna. If you don't know me, now you know. I'm MMM. I've been with the company since November of 2017. Going for AED. It's not going to happen this month. The next month is my month. I love this company and I love all of you. So take it away, Jamie.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you great.
Okay, awesome. I'm using a selfie light. I'm like sitting on the floor right now and it's blinding me. Like I can't, I'm like seeing spots.
You look beautiful.
It'll be fine.
Yes.
It'll be fine. Let me shut my door. Okay.
I will mute myself so you don't echo on my end, okay?
Okay, cool. And I just have my notes down here, so I'm going to be looking down a little bit, guys. But I'm so excited to talk about this topic. I'm Jamie, by the way. I'm like 3 levels under Jenna. Jenna's amazing. And I'm really pumped that we're talking about this today because I think like about 2 weeks ago, I did like a spontaneous live on Main Attractions about how I get market partners. And so I'm really excited to kind of do this on like a full call. So I do things a little bit differently. And I was kind of nervous to like talk about how I do it. And I said to Jenny, you know, I do things differently. I don't know. And she's like, no, like need a new perspective. Let's hear it. I'm not like the go to the mall and recruit type of person or reach out to like random people on Instagram. I need to figure out how that works for me. So that's what Jenna's going to talk about. So I'm going to learn a lot from that. For me, I've done things a little differently. So the first thing that I did to get like really strong market partners is I literally just reached out to my close friends. So if you're brand new, like don't be scared to talk to your best girlfriends and just bring it up in conversation. The worst that can happen is they say no, right? Like they're going to come around eventually, right? They're your best friends. They've been in your life for a while. They're going to see your success, but at least reach out to them and just be like, hey, listen, like I started this thing. I started with this hair company or however you want to say it, as an influencer, or I'm selling shampoo, however you want to say, you know, how you're working this business. And for me, I was just like, girl, do it with me. Like, just trust me. We're going to make a lot of money. We're going to take vacations together. It's going to be good. I don't know what I'm doing. We'll figure it out together. Like, let's do this. So I'm just like very upfront when it comes to like talking to my friends. So that's just like one thing. I have a couple like really good friends that are on the squad that I just flat out called and was like, just do this with me. So that's like the first thing that I did. Second thing was once I started building a lot of VIPs, this was huge. Like I just reached out to my VIPs and it sounds so simple because it really is. Right? So you have a VIP that's been using the products and maybe they purchased it for their first flagship. So now they've been using it for a little while. They clearly love the products. So what's the harm in just being like, hey, you love the products. You were already talking to your friends about it. So, you know, would you want to make some money off of it? Again, the worst that they could say is no, right? Have that confidence in yourself. You're not like scamming these people every other week, asking them to join your team. Like, don't do that. Like every time you reach out to a VIP, don't be like, hey, your flagship's coming up. By the way, do you want to start on my team? Hey, your flagship's coming up. You want to make some money? Like, don't spam them and be annoying, but just reach out one time, put it out there. They already love the products. Why not come and make some money? I actually did that a couple months ago, and one of my girls, Jessie, on the team that's absolutely crushing it. Now she's building a team of her own. She was one of my VIPs. So somebody just said, oh, Jenny, yeah, plant the seed for sure, right? So even if they say no now, they might say yes in the future. So just plant that seed, let them know that there is that option to swap over to market partner. And also, guys, when a VIP upgrades, they get a discount. It's not, what is it, like $30 off or $20 off. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so they get money off of the pack. And since they're using the products anyway, they're going to be buying them every 3 months. Why not get it at a 30% discount and be able to make money off of it. So it's just a win-win if you have a VIP that you think could be really good at it. So just reach out to them. And the last thing, like main point, is building an organic following on your Instagram. So for me, like I've always been really into social media. Like I've always had Snapchat and Facebook and all of that stuff, but I never really had like a strong following. And so once I started doing this stuff, I started realizing that like people that I haven't talked to in maybe like 10 years, right, started messaging me asking like what I'm doing or what the shampoo is. I'm like, holy crap, like people are watching, right? Like even if they're not commenting on your stuff and even if you're not like having conversations, like they're watching you just like you watch other people. I guarantee that you could pick 10 friends that you haven't talked to in 10 years and you know where they are right now. You know if they're on vacation, you know if they have a boyfriend, you know what they ate for dinner last night, and it's because they're posting it on social. So be more interactive with the people that you've lost in your social like network, like in your social circle, and just start being active with them. Like just reach out as a friend, comment on their story, like their picture. Don't even bring up the business because the algorithm of Instagram instantly puts those people in front of your page and it'll put you in front of their page. And so what I do, just to kind of break it down, if you, I wish I could show you, but if you open your phone, you go to Instagram and you have your stories at the top. If you slide all the way to the right, like just go for hours, all the way at the end is going to be all of the stories that you've already watched, and they're going to be like grayed out. And then the ones right before that are basically the stories that you never see. Like you never see those people's stories. You don't see their posts. Like you don't see that at all because there's no interaction. So I start there. I start right at the back and I literally just start commenting on stories. Oh my God, that looks so good. Your puppy's so cute. Hey girl, how are you? If it's like somebody that I think I would like maybe want to dig a little deeper with, I'll like go to their feed and comment on their post. Like I won't bring up business and I won't bring up hair. This is solely just to gain more traction on my page, because what's going to happen is that now my name is going to pop up on their Instagram. They're instantly going to be on their feed. And now I have more people that are going to start seeing all of my posts. So like, I don't prospect to, pitch the business. I prospect more like kind of playing offense. Like I want to get in front of the net before somebody's coming to hit the ball in. So I want to get in front of your face on your Instagram, build that relationship first, and then you're going to start seeing what I'm doing. So that's been really big for me too, as far as market partners and VIPs. Like you can do that for both just to get people looking at your Instagram. I think that those are like the three main things. I always talk about confidence whenever I'm talking with my upline. You know, for me, like, I'm going to tell one story. Okay. I told Jenna earlier, I was like, I could ramble for hours, but we want to keep this a little short. So let me take a sip of wine. So about like, it was like 2015, right? So 4 years ago, I started doing direct sales, and our client was Home Depot. And some of you on this call, I don't even know how many people are on this call right now, but some of you probably know somebody that is in a direct sales position where they're in a retail store selling products. They go door to door selling products. Maybe they'll go business to business selling products. Well, I was in retail and I was working with Home Depot, and I was actually making a sale with this woman. Don't know what her name was. And she was a Mary Kay rep. And of course, in her bag, she had little Mary Kay samples. I'm sure some of you have gotten Mary Kay samples before. And I don't think I ever even tried them. It was like some ugly ass lipstick and this like red blush that I would have never worn. So I think I threw them in the trash. But she had my number. I'm not kidding you guys. 3 weeks ago, that Mary Kay rep that I don't even remember what her name was from 4 years ago called me, left me a voicemail, still reaching out to me to see if I wanted to be a rep for Mary Kay. Like, no, right? Like, it's been 4 years, right? And I guarantee she's probably called me maybe 10 times in the past 4 years. And to me, like, that's just annoying. If I know you're there, you've planted the seed a million times. If I wanted to sell your Mary Kay products, I would have said yes already. I would have reached out. So like the only like really piece of advice as far as like the 3 things that have been working for me, but like if somebody says no, I get we want to follow up, but don't be that annoying rep that like they roll their eyes and they're like, oh my God, this girl is so annoying. And they put you on like the block list. Because what you're doing the first time that you reach out to somebody for a market partner and they say no, it could be like just a bad time in their life. Maybe they just had, God forbid, somebody in the hospital in their family, or they broke up with a boyfriend, or maybe they're just like not in the place where they want to like hang out with you and talk hair products or whatever. But like maybe in a month, they're like, shit, I need money. I want to go on a vacation. What can I do? Oh yeah, Jamie reached out to me. Let me see if she's still doing that stuff. And you're planting that seed, like Jenna said, and allowing them to come to you. You're opening up the door. You're saying, it's okay. I'm here. Come and talk to me. I'm your girl. And when they're ready, they're going to reach out to you. But if you spam people, there's no way in hell that they're going to say yes, because they're just going to be annoyed with you. So read those signs, plant the seeds, have that confidence, and reach out to your VIPs and drink a lot of wine. And I think that's all I have.
I like the reaching out to your VIPs tip. I don't know why. I have so many VIPs, and I've had a couple that have turned into market partners, but I've never actually reached out to them. So I really like that approach. So first of all, I just wanted to mention that like, just like Jamie showed us, there are a million different ways that everybody can get a market partner. There's no one way. There's no right way. I've had, people we don't want a cold message, but if you're really good at that, like whatever works for you, you have to figure out what works for you in your business and try new things and get out there and really test out the waters, because you don't know until you try. So for anyone looking for a cookie cutter approach to getting market partners, I'm sorry to say there is none. What might work for one person might not work for someone else. And you really have to find yourself every month kind of being like, okay, like I'm going to switch up my pitch or this or that, or I'm going to try something new. It wasn't until 7 or 8 months in that I decided, hey, why don't I look up individual locations instead of going through my explore page? And instead of just looking up individual locations, why don't I pick a city that we don't have a lot of reps in, and then pick Google search, because they have blogs on everything nowadays. Google search the 10 hottest restaurants in Nashville, and search those individual restaurants and see everyone who's tagged themselves in there. I'm sure somebody else out there in the company, a million other people were doing that, but it wasn't until like 8 months in that I thought, that would be a really good idea for me to do. So you have to constantly be challenging yourself to think of new ways to reach out to reps. And basically, there's a lot of people are saying, well, I don't want to, overdo it. I want quality over quantity. And I agree with that to some extent, because none of us, sorry, I have to turn my phone on Do Not Disturb. It usually is, and this is driving me nuts. So usually we definitely want quality over quantity. We don't want to just get like a bunch of people and they don't really want this opportunity and waste our time. However, you don't really know what's quality until you bring someone on. So you definitely like don't want to go around chasing someone. For instance, I have this girl that I met in Nashville at the mall, and I think she would be great at this business. And she's been saying she wants to get on a call with me, and she's canceled every call. Right now she's not really appealing to me as a market partner, because she can't even commit to a 10-minute phone call to talk about the business. So right now, do I think I want to invest my time in her? Absolutely not. But maybe in a month, maybe she has stuff going on. Like I personally have been going through a lot of stuff right now. So maybe in a month from now, when I tell her, like, maybe it's not a good time for you right now, she's going to reach back out and she will be ready to run. And I don't know that about her. I can't prejudge to say she's an irresponsible person because she wasn't able to get on a call with me a month ago. Maybe in a month from now, she'll be ready and be one of my top runners. I have girls on my team that have never hit MMB, but they are some of the most positive, participatory, and hit 1,000 PV every month. They might not be really great at getting market partners, but they are engaged. They're getting something positive in their personal life, and they sell product, and they like doing that. They're really happy doing that. They might not be an MMB runner or an MM or whatever, but they're great additions to my team, and they're enjoying themselves. So if I would say like, oh, I don't think she's a runner, and just not bring her on because of that, I don't know what they could be, right? So I think that you should offer the business to everyone at any time that you can, and just get it out there, whether it be on social media or in person. I'll go over in person in a minute, and give everybody the shot at the business. What I don't think is that you should give everybody your valuable time. So when you bring someone onto the business, if somebody isn't responding to your text or, seeming like they're interested in learning more about the business, I let them know I'm there. I'll check in with them every other day, maybe instead of every day, but I don't overexert myself until I see the effort coming back from them. And, but even if they're not like a super big runner, they're an active line for me, and maybe they're enjoying it in their own way, or they like the product. So who am I to judge, right? So not everyone has to be a runner, and just remember that, and just give everyone the shot. You could think someone is going to be terrible at this business and judge them based on the likes that they have. I've had girls that ask me, oh, she doesn't have that many likes on a picture. Should I recruit her? And I say, when I started this business, I think if Tyler would have based it off of likes, or how much I posted on Instagram, she would have never recruited me. I think I maybe got 30 likes on a picture when I started this business. She could have missed out on me, and I'm one of her stronger legs, so you cannot judge it by likes or anything like that. You have to give everybody equal opportunity and go off of that gut feeling. When you're scrolling through Instagram, if you see a profile that you really like, and you feel like, wow, I could connect with this person, follow them. Start up conversations on their stories, on their posts. I started following people from the UK before I went there, and I've been asking them nothing about the business, but I've been saying like, hey, I'm coming to visit the UK, and I'm like just following people that have cute profiles and pictures in the UK so I can get an idea of where to go. Do you have any like advice? So I've broken the ice in that way. So you never wait. I think someone's sharing their screen. Allie Brisman. Hi, Allie.
Hi. I thought I didn't really know how to share this, but I'm literally driving home right now listening to this, and someone has a Monet on the back of their truck, and I just thought
Oh my God, that's amazing.
I thought that was crazy.
That's really cool. I wonder who they are. You should pull up and be like, hey.
I was hoping someone was on this call, but continue.
Oh,
sorry.
That's funny. No, you're okay. I didn't know if you knew, and then I didn't want like something like to pop up that you didn't want on your screen, so I didn't. Okay, so basically, yeah, you don't want to prejudge, and you want to just, like she kind of used the word earlier, organically kind of try to find people that you are genuinely interested in on Instagram. If you don't think that you're interested in someone organically, how are you going to start up those conversations? People always ask, like, how do you start up a conversation with someone and break the ice that leads to that business question later? And it's like, well, I follow people I feel like I would like and I would hang out with, and they post pictures about food and humor and stupid stuff. So I'm like always like LMAO, or, oh my God, that looks amazing. Where did you get that from? And it's a really organic conversation. And then I'll slide in after I've broken the ice with maybe some story responses or questions about their clothing or questions about their hair. And I'll slide in, I'll hit them with a question. You guys all know, like, and I don't want to say you all know because we might have some new girls on the call, when you're hitting someone with a question about the business, less is more. So you don't want to say to somebody, hi, I'm Jenna Mazar. I am a naturally based hair care rep. All of our products are based on Rejuvenique oil, which penetrates no, like nobody cares about that. I'm just like, hey, yo, I know this is super random, but I like your page and I like your energy. And I know it sounds weird, but I make money on Instagram story. I think that you would do really well at it. If you're ever interested in a side hustle, hit me up. No pressure at all. Either way, I look forward to following you. And I just give them that open thing, and I make it super nonchalant, super non-pressure. I make sure to always compliment someone, because I feel like people are always, especially women, we're always worried about being judged by one another, and we're always on the defense. So if you can open it in some kind of authentic, genuine compliment, that's not fake or phony. I think that that's a really great way to start any conversation, and just put it out there. And even if they say, no, it's not for me, and totally blow you off, just continue to build that relationship and plant those seeds. They're going to now be paying attention to what you're doing, because they're going to look at your page and look at your stories and be like, what does she mean she makes money off of her story? They're going to be thinking about it whether they said no or not. So definitely give the opportunity to anyone. Get out there and follow people if you're on Instagram recruiting, and don't be afraid to follow new people. Don't be afraid to think of new creative ways to find people to follow, whether it's by locations, restaurants. If you're in college, like I would totally look up during football season, look up stadiums that, like football stadiums, like whatever. I don't know anything about sports, but I would Google Kentucky colleges and then figure out what their stadium is during football season. And if I was a 22-year-old girl, and I would look up that stadium, because a bunch of people are probably tailgating there that are my age and that I can relate to, right? Or if it's basketball season or something like that and has to do with school, look up different areas based on the time of year. Different events, like when it's Coachella, like frick, like look up Coachella posts. There's probably a million hot young people like rolling around Coachella with beautiful sparkles in their hair, looking to make some extra money because they just spent $1,000 on a Coachella ticket to see Beyonce, and she probably didn't even show. Okay, so they're probably out money and they need to make money. Just get creative with when you hear things going on in the world, in the country, and think, how could I turn this into a search for a possible market partner? And it spices up market partner prospecting on Instagram, which we all know can sometimes get a little bit boring for us. We hear a lot of no's and we can feel a little bit burnt out. Sam, did you want to say something?
Yeah. Or I just wanted you to look at Jenna's comment. What about when you're new in the business and you don't really have much success? You know you're not making as big as bonuses, blah, blah, blah. So guys, like we were all there too. What you have to do in the beginning is take us on a journey, right? So where are you at in your business? What are you manifesting, right? If you want that Cadillac in 6 months, say, I'm going to pick up my Cadillac in 6 months from my company. Like, say the things that you want and that are on your vision board and things like that. If you go out to eat with your mom, cheers her glass, so you don't have to put her face in it, and say business meetings, things like that. Just build the vision.
Yeah, and I feel like anyone who you see that has had success in the company did a really good job at taking those little steps to build that. I was legitimately talking about hitting Market Mentor and getting my Cadillac in I started in October. I was talking about it in November. Yeah. I was nowhere near Market Mentor, but I was talking to everyone about my Cadillac, and I just knew I was going to get it eventually. So when I did end up getting it, they remembered back to that conversation. Holy crap, Jenna told me she was getting that Cadillac. They don't remember what time I told them or anything like that. They're just impressed that I got it. So if you speak it out, it really does help. And that's kind of goes back to the confidence that Jamie was talking about. You have to show that on your story and really develop that organic following, like she was saying, by adding value to your stories every day and bringing in that following that's excited to see what you're doing next.
Like no one has to know what your check is every week, no one has to know what your check is every month. But if you're confident and you're showing up and you're putting your face on your story and sharing your own vision, that's going to come off as confident and people are going to think you have your shit together. Also, Jenna, Alyssa does really well in this business. So you can say, hey, my right-hand girl, the girl that got me on board with this company, she is killing it. She's making thousands of dollars. Like we need to take over our area with this product. Like let's do this together. So
yeah, I used to pimp Sam out all the time. I would
now you pimp yourself out.
Now I'm like, pimp me out, guys. I tell my girls, I'm like, you guys, I don't post a Cadillac on my page because I think I'm cool. I'm really proud I earned it, but I post it so you guys can pimp me out. Send my profile and be like, look at my friend Jenna. She works this business with me every day, and we're going to all be there getting Cadillacs, or we're going to be all in the Bahamas or Cancun, and use those things and use other people that are having success. Okay. Do we have any more comments that I missed before I go on to the next part?
I was just making fun of you for saying frick. That's so funny.
Did I say frick?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even realize. I've been watching a lot of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and Brandy is a bad girl, and she says the F word a lot, so I'm trying not to be like Brandy, but it kind of comes out. So I'm glad I didn't say the actual F word. Okay, talking to people in person, everyone super asks me about this all the time. I just signed up my last market partner because I met her at Nordstrom. She got me my shoes that I had pre-ordered in Nordstrom and Nashville, and she got them off the shelf for me. And I almost walked away, and I was like, literally turned back around, and I was like, what are you doing? You haven't asked anyone to join the business today. You're such an idiot. Like, let's go ask her. So I was like, hey, what's up? I'm Jenna. You just gave me my shoes. I know this sounds weird, but so we're going to talk about what I go through in a second. But first, I want to address the question that I get all the time about talking to people in person. And everybody asks me, how do I make this not awkward? I just want to tell you right now, it's always going to be really awkward. Like, straight up, it's never going to be comfortable to go up to a complete stranger in Target or at the gym and be like, can you take out your earbuds so I can ask you this weird question? Like, it's going to feel awkward every time. It still feels awkward for me to do it. I still get a little bit nervous. It's always going to be awkward. You're doing something that people don't normally do. Everybody walks around the world today looking down at their phone, texting, and ignoring the rest of the people around them when we're in public. And it's the honest to God truth. Nobody interacts with each other. We literally like have restaurants now where you don't even have a waiter. Like, you put in your order into a iPad, and then they have someone bring it out and drop it off on the table. This is the world we're living in. So when you go up to someone else, they're probably going to be a little bit shocked. Like, why is this person talking to me? But here's a couple things that you can do to make it a little bit less painful. So you're going to walk up to someone and you're going to say, excuse me, first of all, right? We want to be polite people. We don't want to like jump out at them and be like, hey, join my team, be a market partner with me. You're going to, walk over, hey, excuse me, sorry to bother you. I know this is kind of weird and that you're going to think I'm crazy, but do you actually have an Instagram by any chance? And they're going to be like looking at you with a puzzled face usually. They're like, why is she asking me this? And I always kind of interrupt them and I'm like, I just think, honestly, I'm not hitting on you, but you're adorable. And I actually make really good money using Instagram story. And I don't know if that's ever something that you'd ever be interested in, making some extra money, but I just thought if you have, an Instagram. And they usually always say yes. Most people have an Instagram. The girl, there's been a couple people that say, oh no, I have Facebook, but most people, I would say 9 out of the 10 people that I ask always say yes, they have an Instagram. So I don't do it in any certain way. You kind of just have to feel out these conversations, but always start off politely, like, excuse me, I know this is random, you're super pretty, I'm not hitting on you or anything, but I have a kind of strange question for you. And then I'll ask them about their Instagram. If they have one, I say, perfect. There's no pressure here at all. But like I said, I make money from my phone. It's really fun. We go on trips. I've won a vehicle from the company, and we just have a lot of fun doing it. All the girls are super nice, and it can be done on your own schedule. Why don't you just follow me right now? And if you are ever interested, you can reach out to me, and I'll send you a short video to watch or answer any questions you have. I literally make them 9 times out of 10 also, I will tell you, people have their phone in their hand already. Like, everyone, how many times do you go into Target and you're walking around and you still have your phone in your hand, or you're going grocery shopping and you still have your phone in your hand and you're texting while you're doing stuff? So most of the time, half these people have the phone in their hand. I physically, awkwardly make them bring up their Instagram, and I follow I'm like, here, I'll just type in my name, and I follow myself on their Instagram. And then the moment they walk away, I open up my Instagram, I click on their profile, and I share it to myself. Because what's going to happen is that's going to get pushed down. You're going to go about your other errands, and you're not going to remember that you met that person in Target and that's why they're following you. So make sure to send their profile to yourself and follow up with them in a day or two. So you don't want to freak them out in the moment you get out to the parking lot. Be like, hey, we just met in aisle 7. Why don't you join my team? Or here's a video. Give it a day or two, but follow up and be like, hey, I really enjoyed meeting you at the gym the other day. If you're at all interested still in the opportunity, please let me know. I'd love to send you some info. You can at that point send, a video, or maybe they have a question for you and you can start engaging like you would with a normal prospect. If you guys are at all uncomfortable with it, like just get over it, because this is the thing I make myself do every single time. Tyler Goldberg, in the most loving way, teases me about it all the time. But like when I went out to a bar with her in Denver, I'm over drinking. I'm almost 30. Like I don't really care to get drunk anymore. I have fun. I dance a little, but the whole time I'm like a hawk. Like who can I go up to? And I probably went up to like 16 girls. And guess what? Even if they don't want to join your team, you just got 16 followers on your Instagram because you went up and were like, hey, complimented someone and had them follow you on the spot on Instagram. So what if they don't join your team? Are you trying to get your engagement up? You just got 16 new people that you're in their profile, and then you're showing up in other people's profiles, because I don't know how the algorithm works, but I know it works by like engagement and who's people see when they follow other people, and they'll start to follow you as well. So the worst case comes out of it, you have a new follower. The best case comes out of it, they join your team, and maybe there's a period of in between that they don't join your team right away, but they just, continue to follow you and start engaging, and they slowly ask you questions, and that seed's been planted and they get to know you over social media. Do you have anything else to say?
Someone said, I don't know if you're going to go into the conversation more. Someone said, what do you say when they ask what you do or about the company? Do you just say you're a rep?
They never ask. They never ask me. So that's the thing, is they're so caught off guard, you guys. They're like, here, I'll like go up to Sam. Hey, excuse me. Hi, sorry to bother you. You're super cute though. I'm not hitting on you. I was just wondering, do you have an Instagram by chance?
Yes, I do.
Okay, awesome. Well, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I actually make a lot of money from Instagram. I don't put anything crazy on my posts. Here, you can look at my page. I'm a total normal girl. But I make money from my story, and I do really well doing it. I don't know if you'd ever be interested in making any extra money.
Definitely.
Okay, cool. So here, do you have your phone?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm going to just put my name in. There's seriously no pressure at all, but, just message me if you want any more information. I'll send you a video or anything like that.
Perfect. Thank you.
That is literally how every conversation's gone for me. They're so caught off guard that this strange person has just approached them in a store or in Starbucks or at the gym. And part of them just like wants to leave the conversation. So they want it to be over with. The last thing they're doing is this direct marketing, or what company is it? They don't ask any.
To be honest, if someone said that to me, I would join.
Yeah. I would be like, okay, cool. I got literally like 6 of my girls from going up in person. And if I went out in public more, I'd probably get more. And that's on me, guys, right? I have to challenge myself every day now to go out more in public. Or when I do go out, I literally make it a goal to myself, whether I'm going to Home Goods, whether I'm going to the gym, the bar, a restaurant. I do not leave any public place. And I kid you not, I truly do not, hand to God, without walking up to one person that day and asking them to join, exchange Instagrams and possibly join my team. Every place I go, I make the most of it. I do not let myself leave Marshall's without turning around and seeing who could I offer the business to. Barnes and Nobles, anywhere I will find someone to offer the business to and talk to. An elevator, anyone. So please start making the most of your trips out in public, your trips out to the bar, your restaurants, and just start getting comfortable with the uncomfortable, talking to people more. And start making it a game for yourself. Like, who did I offer the business to today? Literally anyone could be your next runner. And a lot of my best market partners are people I personally recruited because we have some kind of personal connection. Does anyone, I know it sounds so vague and so simple of how I go up to them, but does anyone have any questions about that any further? I know it sounds like really like blah, but that's literally what I do. The daily one-person challenge, play the game. I like that, Julie. Yeah, that's literally my challenge is anytime I leave the house, and it depends. If I go to a small Starbucks and there's 2 people in there, like, I'm not going to be like, find 6 people to ask. But if I go to the gym at 6:00 at night and there's 100 people in the gym, you bet your butt that I'm going to approach at least 2 or 3 people before I walk out of the doors at the end of my workout, because there's so many people there. Why wouldn't I? I have literally a whole pool of people. Anybody else have any questions?
Jenna, maybe, so when you get them, why don't you go through like some conversational stuff, maybe if you can,
Like once
when you get them on text message or you get them on Instagram, like, do you always send a video?
I'll actually go through my last one. I don't know if she's even on this call. She just joined the other day, so hold on. Okay. So Katie, I met in Nashville, the one from Nordstrom. I messaged her a couple days after and I said, hey girl, we met at Nordstrom last weekend. Let me know if you want to chat more about the opportunity. She said, hi, sorry it took me so long to get back to you. I did think about it. And my main question is whether there's amount of posts you need to make per month. Because she's been following me at this point, so she knows what I'm doing kind of. And I briefly explained it to her. Posts you need to make per month or how that works. If I tried the products and loved them, I'd have no problem talking about them, but I'm not interested in branding myself or turning my page into a products only page. Thanks for reaching out. I was driving home from Florida, so I said I'd text her tomorrow. And then I was like, okay, this is down here. I go, for now, if you want to, she said, I said, for now, if you want to go to my link tree in my video, because I was driving, I go, it's an older video, but it really touches on the reasons why I said yes. It's the first link. Write down your questions after that and we'll talk more. So I think really having a video of yourself is really important. I think that when people go to a video and it's like 15 girls, that can be beneficial because you get a bunch of different viewpoints. But if I'm talking to this girl that I personally met at Nordstrom and I'm in a pinch or don't have time to explain it, I can send her to this video that really means a lot to me, that I explained why I personally joined this business. And now I have that forever for her to go to, and it's in my link tree and my thing. So I sent her to my video. She said, I just watched the video. My only one question is what it actually entails. What does this job require of me? I definitely feel like I have a lot of reasons to say yes, including that I washed my hair with baking soda last night to strip the green out and it feels horrendous. But I'd love to know the details of exactly what I'd be saying yes to and committing to. And I said, totally. Well, your job would be both selling the product to people that just want to use for themselves, along while building a team. We get paid on both. I will help you with your social media. This way we can build value and a follower base and not just be those aggressive sales girls. Your business is yours though, and I capitalized yours. I said, how much you want to learn, engage, and put in is your choice and will reflect in your pay. But if you are open-minded and positive, down to learn, I promise that I will help you get you there. She goes, so there's no requirements or anything like that, or about how much I post or anything like that. And I kind of said no, and I went over a brief explanation about being paid on a commission and bonus structure. And she said, it's your job to build the team. That part sounds the most difficult to me, right? You guys, that's everybody's biggest concern, is nobody's going to want to join my team. I feel like everybody probably gets that person that's objecting to that. And what I said to her is, it's definitely not easy, but it's simple with consistency. It takes stepping out of your comfort zone a bit. For me, it was a good thing because it made me talk to people on and off social media. I'm a homebody, and for being super talkative, I'm actually a true introvert. So it pushed me to build friendships. We coach you on how to do that. And in the beginning, all you'll do is screenshot combos and I will coach you through them. Eventually you'll find your groove. You will not need my help anymore, which is always bittersweet, but it's just about trying. So I related to her. Like, I know what it's like to be in your position. It looks like I'm this like really crazy girl that loves to put herself out there. But in the beginning, I was in your shoes too. And I'm going to help you. I really think talking to them and letting them know, hey, I'm going to help you do this. I'm going to be here every step of the way, but also letting them know it's about you and what you want to put in and what you want to give sets that tone immediately. And she said something else. I said, if you see recruiting as just recruiting, it's hard. If you take time to build relationships and follow tips and tricks, It's more like making friends. And in the beginning, a lot of people are obviously looking to make money, but I try to genuinely come from a place like, wow, this is the best thing I ever said yes to. Who else can I impact or change? And I feel like it's coming from a place of helping others, and that's the best for me. And she continued to ask other questions about VIPs and market partners, and I kept it simple. Just answered them very like not in detail or anything like that. And she ended up the trick though is she didn't, after all this, I sent her some other girls' posts. That was key too. When she said, I'd love to see if you could give me the usernames of some other girls in the company just so I can see what everyone's putting out there. This is a key point that I haven't been doing that she actually gave me the idea, and I need to do more. I sent her Sam's, I sent her Tyler's, and I sent her Marky's IG. I sent her Sam's, but she's also not pregnant living this fabulous life like Sam Gomes. So although I want her to see she could have that in the future, I wanted to also send her Tyler's, who has a boyfriend, and Marky, who's like in Florida right now living her best life. Different kind of lives at different levels of the business, so she could kind of get an idea for possibly all the levels she could accomplish. And that's how I picked those. Go ahead.
But also people she trusts, that if this girl maybe went and messaged that other person, they wouldn't steal her. So if
please don't send Kay Caputo's Instagram out to people, guys. I know I see all of my girls. I get that Kay Caputo is the sweetest girl in the world, and I love her very much. But I see you guys tagging Kay Caputo on your Instagram stories all the effing time. And I'm telling you what, you're giving your prospects to Kay Caputo. She's not purposely stealing your prospects, but when someone has 4,000 likes on a pic, you think she's double checking who's sliding into her DMs and being like, oh, I think she's somebody else's prospect.
Join your business. Okay, sign up.
But when it's someone that you trust, if I sent Sam's and then that girl messages Sam a question, the first thing Sam's going to do is look at the followers, see that I'm following, and say, hey, Jenna, is this your girl? Because we're girls. So to make sure it's someone you trust, that is a great point. And I made sure I always send a hairstylist in there too. And I sent Jessie Artilios, because I think I say your last name wrong, Jessie, I'm sorry. But I think it's really important for people to see the quality of our products and trust that a hairstylist does it. So I sent that as well. And then the last key to all of this was she didn't say yes right away. I sent a few voice notes explaining myself. I really was in a funk, like most of you know from my post the other day. And yesterday I just woke up and I was like, I'm doing it. I'm signing a market partner today. And I got the message. I've gone back and forth on whether I want to do this, but every time I think I don't want to anymore, the reason is that I think I look foolish or I'll fail, which is the worst reasons not to do something. So I think it's time that I make the best choice, and it's time for me to do it. And I got that message right after I started changing my mindset. I had no idea it was going to be her that messaged me, but I'm telling you, that's another key component into getting market partners. I'm telling you, when I get out of bed from my like depression stage or feeling sorry for myself space or the funk that I'm in, and I just go and walk at the gym for 30 minutes or go get some fresh air, or even go get a coffee. Like, I have a Keurig at home, but like go get in the car and get a coffee. I swear to God, I start getting influxes of messages. The energy starts flowing out, the movement that you're putting out, and you start to get those messages in. So you don't have to know where it's coming from, but you have to get yourself in a mindset that you believe that it's possible and these people want to join your team.
And you guys have to remember, I know it's exciting and you want them to sign right away, but Jenna had a full-blown conversation with this girl over a couple of days long.
For Nashville. So she signed yesterday, and it's the 21st. I met her on like the 6th or the 7th.
Yeah, like you don't have to just run to, she said, hey, reference the video in my link tree and then we'll talk. She had more questions. They talked it out. If the girl wanted, you just have to feel everyone out. Every single person you talk to is going to be different. And when you take a second and just form a relationship, you're doing yourself so much more of a service, I think.
And also, voice messages are money, dude. If somebody is messaging you and you can't get them on a 3-way call, which I know that's a lot of your guys' complaints and problems, I'm telling you, 3-way calls are amazing, so it never hurts to offer one. But if you feel like that vibe isn't there, it's not the right time to ask for a call just yet, voice messages are money. someone trusts when they hear, like, guys, I got catfished. All right. So I've been catfished before on a dating site. Everybody out there is worried that they're like talking to a fake human. I've had girls that sign up as VIPs and they make me FaceTime them so that they can see that I'm real before they give me their information, because I've only met them on Instagram and they don't know. So if you send your voice message, it's one more thing that really kind of gives them at ease and builds that trusting relationship. So if you have them ask a more complicated question that if you feel like you would have to send them back a paragraph response, don't send them back the paragraph response. Just send them a voice note and be genuine and be real and talk to them like you were having a conversation like we are today. So, Brittany, I've been trying to find out how for 3 weeks to send a voice message, Britt.
No, to do a link tree.
Oh, sorry.
Someone explained to her though.
Okay, cool. Does anyone else have any questions, or Sam, is there anything else that you want me to cover?
No, someone said to me the other day, I said exactly what you told me to say and it didn't work. And you guys have to remember, like, not everyone's going to sign up right away, and that's completely fine. Some people, figure out what works for you. I'm sure what Jenna does now isn't what she did 3 months ago, and it's not what she did the 3 months before that. Switch it up, find out what works for you, what sounds right for you, and just do it. Just remember that power is in numbers. And if Jenna's talking to 2 people in person a day and messaging 3 people a day, then
and I'm still, you guys, I'm not signing up like 75 people a month. I get still like 3 people a month maybe that'll sign up, but that's great. But you have to get yourself out there and get the numbers up, because not everyone, right? And those people that I might talk to, they might not sign up for 6 months, like the numbers you do, it's the more you talk, the more you offer, the more yeses you're bound to get. And it's just a probability factor.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Jamie and Jenna.
Yeah. Thank you, Jamie. Do you have anything else to add before we get off?
Yeah, I need to like get dressed up and get my ass to the mall and go do some prospecting.
Oh, and that's the other thing is make sure you always have your hair nice when you go out, guys. Like I look like a slob a lot, but I always make sure I put on at least a little bit of mascara, my eyebrow makeup, and some blush, and I have my hair up because nobody wants to be approached by a psycho looking girl, which is what I look like normally when I grocery shop. So. Okay. Need to get you on some personal development. All right. I love you guys.
Bye.